Welcome to Reckless Paradise, everyone. I am your host, Marissa, and I'm here with my co-host, Dystro. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome back to the show, Dystro. How was that one day off on Sunday?
It felt good, actually, just kick back, relax, just did
Y-
some
You were
stuff.
missed. You were missed.
It's good.
Anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Thursday. We are really rapidly approaching the end of the summer, and not gonna lie, it's getting me nervous because we already have leaves changing colors up here.
Same here, but I
That's not
mean,
normal. Like we don't get that until like usually end of September. Like what the hell is going on?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, not to quote Billy Talent here, but it's like, it's fallen leaves.
Ugh. Yes. Anyways, I hope everybody had a good week so far. This week has been fucking weird. Very weird.
Yeah, uh, both literally and figuratively
Well,
for some
I
people.
guess we have a couple tributes we have to pay tonight before we even get into the episode. So let's do that. The pro wrestling world has been literally shooketh 48 hours with the passing of not one but two very big names in the pro wrestling industry. One being a hardcore legend. So let's start with him. I'll let you take the reins for this.
Yeah, so was it yesterday that
Yesterday.
happened? Yesterday, the late great Terry Funk had passed away. He was only 79 when he passed. Uh,
Yeah.
he was like you said, he's a hardcore legend. He was like he traveled to Japan to face like Mick Foley like 1,000 times. Uh, like he's been ECW, he's been to WCW, he's been to WWF and all that stuff, and it's like, but like he left a huge impact on the hardcore wrestling scene and also the wrestling scene as well. Because like when you think of Terry Funk, you think of like Mick Foley, Ric Flair, and all that stuff. So it's like it's it's hard to like it's hard to hear that he passed at such a like at age 79 of all ages too. It's so
Yeah.
sad.
He lived a good life though. At least he lived to be that old.
Yeah.
But may he rest in peace. I didn't know too much about him. He was before my time, obviously. But my dad knew about him. And of course, and if you're a Mick Foley fan, you have to know a little bit about Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he, like you said, one of the hardcore legends of the wrestling industry. He will be dearly missed. He's definitely paved the way for a lot of these other hardcore wrestlers that we know today. I'm pretty sure Nick Gage is like one of them.
Probably, yeah, and Eddie too, like,
Oh,
cause,
absolutely.
cause he's probably gonna pay tribute to Terry Funk at
Mama,
All In and
do
stuff.
do you mind, Tigger? Do you mind? She keeps head okay. I she keeps headbutting my mic and she's purring, so it's like,
Yeah, I heard the purring.
you stop. Okay. Anyways, so may he rest in peace. God bless his soul.
Hmm.
Now, this next one just happened today. We literally just got the news about 3 hours ago. I got the news 2 hours ago. Bray Wyatt, of all people, Bray Wyatt passed away today at the age of 36 years old. This is a shocker to me. Like, Terry Funk was big. Like, that one kind of was a surprise to me, but it wasn't. Like, because I knew he had health issues. But
Hmm.
Bray Wyatt? Wow.
Yeah, for I mean, a lot of people who know him as Bray Wyatt, he was Wyndham Rotunda, the brother of Bo Dallas and the father of IRS, or the son of IRS. Um, IRS is, both Bo and Bray Wyatt's dad. Uh, and it was such a shock to the system to a lot of people, because he left a wife and 4 kids behind.
Yeah, that is crazy. And one of those kids, their godfather is Braun
Braun
Strowman.
Strowman. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's just crazy.
It
Within
really is.
within 48 hours, it's like we've lost two people of the wrestling world.
Yeah, like I was just talking to our friend Kevin on Facebook earlier. The last 48 hours have been very, very tragic to the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, though, there's been a lot of people that have been dying this month. Like, just that I've known in general. Like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, what is going on?
I don't know, but it's like we don't really know what happened to Terry though, but we did know through our good mutual friend um
Thanks.
eh, like he had well Bray I'm talking about, he had COVID and then that led into a heart attack. Like that's a that's a tragic way to go.
Yeah, sadly, COVID's effed up a lot of people's lives in more ways than one. And sadly, in 2023, it's still going on, but it's not considered a national emergency anymore.
Right.
So lockdown's over and all that crap. But yeah, God bless Bray Wyatt. I grew up watching him when I was, oh God, I think I was like just entering my teenage years. I think it was like 2012, 2013 when Bray Wyatt came into the picture. I was like 10 or 11 or something like that.
Mm,
I grew up watching him since then. So I remember when he came into the business in WWE through NXT and then, like, through the Wyatt family itself. I remember
mhm.
all that. I remember it very, very vividly. But may he rest. Same thing with Terry Funk. May he rest in peace. Both of them. I hope they're resting freaking comfortably and not in any more pain or suffering.
Mhm.
So, let's get into tonight's episode now that we're almost 7 minutes in. So tonight's episode is, yes, a breakdown episode, as you guys can see by the title, but this is a little bit different. So, as I mentioned on Sunday, we are breaking down Blink 182's 2016 summer album, California. Now, this album is 16 tracks long, and it's actually the longest album we have yet to do on this whole breakdown journey. So, we're going to do this a little bit differently. Just to save time, and for your sake as well, we're just going to break down the first half tonight. So, songs 1 through 8. We're going to break those down track by track, rank each song, and then rank that section of the album on a scale from 0 to 100. We're going to do the same thing on the September 7th episode, which is about 2 weeks away from today. We're going to break down the other half of the album, tracks 9 to 16, track by track, rank each track, and then rank that section on a scale from 0 to 100. And then at the end, we're going to take those two totals from the first half and the second half. We're going to add them and divide them by 2. That'll give you our overall album ranking for California. Sound good?
Mm.
So as with every for oh my Wi-Fi is going a little weird. For every episode that we do for the breakdown, I believe Dystro, I think you got the notes tonight for the meanings.
Yes, I've done my due diligence. it
Okay,
it was a lot of writing. Let's just say that it
I
was a lot of
bet. I bet. All right, so let's get into this. Fun fact for everybody at home, I did go back and re-listen to this album in full about a couple days ago, so it's still
writing.
pretty fresh in my mind. So we open up with a pretty short track, about a minute and 58 seconds long, and it's titled "Cynical." Now, I mean, this is my first flaw with this album. They opened up with the wrong track.
I kind of agree, to be honest with you. I
Thank
kind of
you.
agree. Because it was like I understand why they did that. It's just because like it's Blink, they're wacky, and all that shit. But I think they could have opened with maybe Bored to Death.
I was thinking San Diego, to be honest.
That would have been a good shout. But it's like yeah, it was just super short. It was like really short. Like
Yeah, like it could have been an interlude in the middle of the album.
yeah, or something. Like I mean, like there's some shorter tracks that we'll get to at some point, but like like those like were just kind of like oh hey they're just wacky and blah 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 whatever just it's like
So did you get a meaning for this one?
yes I did.
That's a
Is
surprise.
yeah I know right that's what I thought. Get my notes here. The song is about the self-doubt that Mark has about himself and his ability to write a hit song again. So it's like Like
Um,
some people, like, like when they have like a writer's block, like when some people have that, it's kind of like, okay, like, am I going cynical about, like, making, a hit album again, or like, is, like, who's gonna be like listening to our song again, and all that stuff too. So it's like, I mean, they're still relevant to this day,
yeah,
and it's a good thing they are.
I can see what Mark means though, because at this point, they had replaced Tom with
Not
Matt
Ski.
Matt Skiba, because Tom had left shortly after they released the Dog Eats Dog, whatever that fucking Dogs Eating Dogs EP. I always get that
Yeah,
title mixed up.
yeah, dog
Um,
eat dog. Yeah, I got you.
yeah, ever since they released that EP, Tom had left, so they had to find a replacement, and they found Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio. By the way, he's just as good, to be honest. I don't care what any Blink fan says. I like him. Like, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he fits in with the Alkaline Trio, but it kind of like set him up to be in Blink, if you want to be technical, kind of,
Yeah.
because it's like, like, they're a trio. Makes sense. So, like,
So for me, I gave this track an 8 just because it's not as good as the rest of these songs. There's another track though I actually disliked a lot more than this song, which is surprising. But yeah, this was not the perfect album opener. I really wish they would have done something else. But hey, it's still a pretty decent song, so have at it.
yeah. I gave it an 8 as well, to be honest with
Okay,
you.
good. We're on the same page.
Off to a hot start.
All right, so track number 2. This was my first Blink song I'd ever heard in my life, and it's titled "Bored to Death." I remember when this song came out. I was camping over in Canada at the time, and I think my uncle had shown on the radio out there, and they played this, and I'm like, "Who is this?" So when I got home, like I typed in the name of the song, and I didn't have service or internet out there, so I had to wait till I went home. When I went home later that week, I typed in the name of the song, and it was Blink 182. I'm like, huh, so that's who that is. So, and the rest is history. So, this song is a bit more sentimental to me.
Yeah, I understand that. Um, all right. Did you have like a personal meaning for this one that you
Yeah.
like when you listen to it again, like the second time?
Not really. Like, I've heard this song so many times, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's always been the same thing for me. It's just your stereotypical, it sounds like a summer song, to be
Oh
honest. This whole
yeah.
album does. Screams summer.
Well, yeah, especially with like Kings of the Weekend.
Fuck yeah.
But it's like based on the video. The video alone kind of like set like what I thought it was gonna be. It was like, like the kids like having like daydreams and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, the it's like, I feel like, to me at least, it feels like, it's like the last day of school, like you're about to get out for like, summer break or whatever, and then it's just like, man, it's like all these like daydreams that you're gonna have, and but it's basically about the realization that life is precious and fleeting. So like, take that with like a grain of salt. Like what we were just talking about with Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt. Life is precious,
Life
and
is too short to last long.
yeah. So like that little verse right there, that lyric, it's like so sentimental to a lot of people, because like you just don't know what life's gonna throw at you. To be honest with you.
And that's very true, you know. Life is very, very unexpected, excuse me. Yeah, this song is a banger. It's one of my favorites from Blink. I wish I heard it more on the radio now. I wish I could go back to 2016 when they played this all the time.
Hmm.
It's a solid 10. I mean, there's nothing to it.
Oh yeah, I gave it a 10 as well. It's like one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Hell yeah. I remember when we did the Blink ranking for the top 10 songs or whatever. This was on your list, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so track number 3 is another big hit from this album titled She's Out of Her Mind. Now, fun fact, I actually used to not like this song. But as years went by, I reheard the song. I came across it again. This is before the pilgrimage, by the way. I started liking it again. So I mean, it's pretty good now.
So hey, though it always takes a second time to, like
It does, really. It takes more than one try. Now, you told me this song originally was not going to be on the album.
yeah, so it was nearly left off of California entirely, but
Wow.
thanks to Travis Barker,
Travis!
uh he it's like it says like he really drove a couple of these songs home. He came back to this one and said, "Dude, we cannot leave this song off the record. It's too important for the take off your pants and jacket era of Blink." And I kind of agree with that because it's like it kind of feels like that era in my eyes because of the energy and the video that we saw, and it's the girls running down the street naked and all that stuff. It's like
Oh, God.
with what's my age again and all that
How can
stuff.
we
So I'm like,
how can we forget that?
so I mean, we can't really,
We really
we can't.
can't. It's like always engraved into our minds. Heck, they're still replaying the What's My Age Again music video. They're still playing that on MTV to this day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what did you get for a meaning on this one?
So, and also here's a little another fun factoid. It was originally titled Orange County Girl too. It was going to be called that because it was a reference to Mark Hoppus's wife, who was from Orange County.
Huh.
But it was like, I think it's just like I'm. This is just a personal probably thing, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like a relationship or something that like either Mark or Travis or even Matt Skiba, for example, probably had like back in the day, and they can't get her out of their mind. Maybe that's why I think that could be just a personal thing. I just don't know. But I didn't really find like a good meaning, but I was like, okay, because when I went on to like songmeanings.com and stuff, there wasn't really much for meanings on a lot of these.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's just my personal
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I don't really have a personal meaning for this one. This one's just a pretty feel good song for me.
Yeah,
I give it a 10, obviously.
yeah, I gave it a 10 as well.
So, track number 4 is titled Los Angeles. Now, this one I'm not a fan of, to be honest with you. I've listened to it twice so far, and each time it didn't really phase me.
I kind of somewhat agree with you. It's just because like it kind of like to me it kind of feels not kind of poppy, but just kind of like doesn't really fit, to be honest with you.
Like, I love the title, but
Yeah,
it just like it's not a vibe for me.
yeah, I don't blame you for that.
Did you find a meaning for this one at all?
Well, let's see. Did find something though.
Ugh.
It was like saying like so the thing in Los Angeles, it has like a lot of like references to Los Angeles, like Mulholland Drive, that's in Los Angeles as well. It says like it paints the picture of the city of angels. The producer had told Fuse, we talked about all of us coming from San Diego, for the most part, or at least spending a lot of time in San Diego. Um, but it was like I'm that's what I'm thinking. It's just like they're trying to paint a good picture of Los Angeles, seeing like like this is what it is, like just being like, oh, this is our city, this is our town, like you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Um, yeah, I don't have a personal rating for this one at
Well,
all.
no, like I don't think a lot of people do, but
Some people might. We personally don't. I
yeah,
gave this one a freaking 7.
wow. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Um, I gave it a 7.5. I'm in the same ballpark as you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't like a like oh crap, it's Los Angeles, it's like it's not like a necessary
It's
sort of
not over the
track.
top
Yeah, it's not over the top. It was kind of like a cool down sort of like track.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we pick back up on track number 5 with Sober. I absolutely love this track. From the first time we heard it, even till now, it's actually one of my more played songs by Blink. It's really catchy. I love like na 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 na. I like that part. When I'm sober, like I love it, and then it goes back and forth between Mark and Matt. Like you hear both of them, so they each
Yeah.
have their own verses and everything, and I really like it. Though it's a little more poppy than we're used to with Blink, but I kind of dig the song, so I'm not going to complain.
So they also wrote this song with Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy.
Oh, I love him. I love him. I love him.
So the producer had something to say about this song as well. It was saying like he was saying like Fall Out Boy has supported Blink for many tours. They're all the oldest friends. I hung out with those guys a lot, and he was just kind of here, and he had this idea: what could Blink be on the modern rock radio in 2016? What does that look like? What does that mean when there aren't really live instruments on the radio? But there, in the first verse, Matt Skiba sings. It says, and recalls his time as a Chicago bike messenger when he started his Alkaline Trio band.
Ah.
But then Mark Hoppus, when he sings the second verse, it says, it is about a Sid and Nancy romance, two lost souls who only have one another and are lost in the world.
Oh, okay. I can see that, to be honest. I've always considered it like a song about like I know I messed up and I'm hungover. Like I've always thought of it like as like an ex, like getting drunk and trying to call the ex girlfriend and stuff. Like that's just me. But
Call you sober.
I love that song. It's so catchy. It's definitely like another one of those like summer vibey songs. So I give this a 10. Like absolutely.
I give it a 10 as well.
So track number 6, we progress into a very very short. I don't even know what to call this song. I don't even know if I want to call it a song. It's called "Built This Pool," and it's like 15 seconds maybe. And it's just like it's stereotypical Blink, the goofiness.
And you know what's funny? I actually found like something,
Oh no.
but it's like so. I was on Songfacts for a lot of this. So shout out to that website. It says at 16 seconds long, this driving track is the first short joke song Blink 182 put out since "Happy Holidays, You Bastard" and "Fuck a Dog" from "Take Off
Oh
Your
no,
Pants and Jacket."
not fucking dog. No.
But Mark Hoppus had the tune in his back pocket for years.
Oh no.
It says, and then it says, he told NM, NME, Travis had come in to play drums on another song, and John, who's the producer, said, "I'm going to play you this song. It's 4 counts in, and then you wrap it up." The song ended, and Travis goes, "Is that really it?" That's where is that really it? That's where it comes from.
Sounds about right. That's totally Blink for you, ladies and gents.
Yep.
Oh man, I love it though. It's just like it's a cool way to like continue the album like on a goofy note. Like you gotta squeeze in some humor somewhere, and you can't have Blink-182 without the word humor. So I think it's fine. Yes, it's like 16 seconds, but it's fine. At least it's not the album opener. If it was an album opener, then I'd be a little concerned.
You're right.
I give this a 10. It's fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, I gave it a 10 as well.
Woo, woo.
Well,
I'll catch myself fucking singing that like out of nowhere. That's why I built this pool.
Is that really it?
That's literally the song, guys.
Mhm.
Okay, so track number 7 is titled No Future. And for some reason, I did not remember this track the first time we played it. The second time I played it on my own, I fell in love. Fell in love with this track really quickly. It's a shame that I haven't heard it enough to really come up with an analysis properly. But I can tell you this, I really, really like the song, and it has the potential to grow on me really quick.
Mm.
There's 2 songs on this album that did that. Actually, technically, there's 3. There's 3 songs on this album that did that to me on the second time listening through. This is one of them, and my God, it's so good.
Mhm.
Mr.
Okay.
Dystro,
Yes, I do have a
get,
meaning.
get the meeting.
Get to the meaning. No. So, No Future. I actually found this on a songtell.com. A lot of song related
Websites.
websites. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
So No Future. I'm guessing this is from the producer again, but I could see this from Mark's perspective. It says delves into the themes of disillusionment, the passage of time, and the feeling of being unimportant in a world that seems indifferent. The lyrics paint a bleak picture of a person caught in the cycle of wasted time, broken promises, and missed opportunities. Through introspective verses and a powerful chorus, the song explores the idea that life is fleeting and that one's actions ultimately determine their future.
Sounds about right, to be honest with this song. Sounds about right.
Yep.
I mean, the title's self explanatory.
Yep.
Jeez, I never thought of it that way. Wow, they're getting serious on this album. But yes, this track, like I said, it has the potential to grow on me tenfold. Uh, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 at this time, just because I need to listen to it a lot more.
Right. Hmm. I would say a 9 as well.
Okay, good,
It
good.
has to grow on me a little bit more too.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, so we end on track number 8 for the halfway point, which is Home is Such a Lonely Place. This one's not bad. I feel like if I listen to it a few more times, it can grow on me a little bit. Um, but yeah, this is another one of those tracks I didn't remember hearing when we did it the first time through. But it's actually not bad. It's a pretty decent track. It's more of a slowed down track. I wouldn't call it so much of a ballad, but it's definitely more of a mellow track than what we're used to with Blink.
Right. So I'm guessing in the band's perspective, this is just my thing. Um, it's because like Travis, Mark, and Matt, they were on the road so much, and home is such a lonely place. So it's like they're saying like they're leaving, like their kids, their family, their wives and all that stuff like behind while they're trying to go on the road. And it's kind of like, you know, it's like, without them in the picture right now, it's just like, okay, well, it's just such a kind of like a lonely place. It's self-explanatory. Um,
Ooh,
but
focus
it
you on
was,
something.
but uh, this was all the melodic slow tempo ballad was all Mark Hoppus's idea.
Yeah, I just found something from Blink 182 that talks about this song. I don't know. Did you find anything, by the way?
Um, I mean, not really, but it was just saying like, like it was just going over like all of the video behind it and all that stuff.
Well, I
So,
found a lot about the lyrics. So lyrically, the song revolves around the idea of letting go of loved ones. Bassist Mark Hoppus and producer John Feldman first developing the song while discussing their families and how tough it might be when their children grow up and leave home. So it's pretty
hmm
much the literally the reality of getting old, watching your kids grow up and leave. That's pretty much what this song revolves around. Pretty much letting go of loved ones as they get older.
hmm.
Wow. Man, now I can see that. Like, just looking at the song title, now I can see that. That definitely fits. Damn, Mark, stop making me sad. uh, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 just for that. I originally put it at an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because I'm gonna have to listen to this again. This song.
I gave it a 9.
Hey, that's good. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it through the first half of California, so we are going to stop here. However, it's time to rank the first half of the album as a whole. I already did my calculations. What about you?
I just gotta do my real quick. So
You mind if I just, yeah, I'll go ahead. So, the first half of this album, tracks 1 through 8, this gets a 90.6. This is a
Wow.
very, very solid first half of an album. Think of it as a when you get a vinyl record from a vinyl record store, there's two sides for the most part. Some vinyls they have 3 or 4 sides. For the most part, they have 2 sides. So usually they'll split the album in half. They'll do the first half on side 1 and then the first half on side 2. Think of it this way. This is the first half of side 1 of the California vinyl, if you want to consider it like that.
Right.
This is a very solid first half. Like, there's only like one weakling, I think, to be honest, with Los Angeles. Even the title track, like, that's not too much of a weakling, but I just gave it a low number just because it's short and they could have done something better for an opening track. But the rest of the stuff in between is very, very solid. You've got Sober, you've got the goofiness of Built This Pool, you've got classics like Bored to Death and She's Out of Her Mind. You end with a really sad, like, mellow track with Home is Such a Lonely Place. Like, you can't get any better than that. And to be honest, I'm very excited to see what side 2 brings us.
Right. I got a 91.
Yeah, probably because you gave the last track a higher ranking.
Yeah. That's alright. Yep, I got a 91.
So, comments, concerns?
First half was great. I like you said, there was that one little weakling, but I think it didn't deter for the first half. I don't think.
Yeah. I think the
Um
rest of the album, the rest of the first half makes up for it.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the case of like, like one song could be probably taken off and like the rest would have been fine. Um but you could say that about like a lot of albums today. Uh
Yes.
so it's like you can't pick and choose what you can and not and cannot do. So
Right. Overall,
uh
this was a very successful first half.
yeah. I'm kind of excited for the second half.
Me too. Me too. But that will have to wait until 2 weeks from today on September 7th. We will be doing part 2 of California. So, how did we do so far, guys? Let us know what you guys think in the comments or on social media. So, our next episode this Sunday, we are coming back with Random Ranking Def Leppard Edition. Episode 3, I already have the 10 songs up for grabs for this Sunday. And I already gave them to Dystro too, and I've already done my rankings, surprisingly. This was a pretty easy list. I'm not going to lie to you.
So it's easy for you to say, but
Easy for you to say.
oh god.
Whoops,
Your
wrong
leg's
band.
never been broken.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the 10 songs that are up for grabs this Sunday. So, first song that popped up, we are returning once again with Demolition Man. Demolition Man was in episode 2, which, hey, that's fine. We'll bring him back. Good song. And then track number 2, Love Don't Lie from X. Now, I just re listened to X, and not gonna lie, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So, I'll have a lot to say about that. Track number 3 with Fire It Up from the newest album, Diamond Star Halos. Track number 4 comes from Yeah with Stay With Me. Now this song, it's all Phil Collin on vocals, which that's cool. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Track number 5 also comes from Diamond Star Halos with Give Me a Kiss. Now, if you own, I think it's I think it's the Spotify version. They have just Give Me a Kiss, but if you have the CD version, it's Give Me a Kiss That Rocks. I don't know why they took off that title. a little bit. They cut it, but oh well. Track number 6, we're coming in hot with White Lightning from Adrenalize. Very powerful song. Track number 7 is American Girl, which is actually they put it on this. It's not even on Yeah, which it should have been. It's a cover song that they did. Tom Petty sings the original, by the way. Um, so this one, I believe they did like a compilation album of the songs from X, Yeah, and Sparkle Lounge. They did like extras and B-sides from all 3 of those albums and put it into one album. So this was on it. So I figured I'd put that on there because this is a good song. Track number 8 is Returning with Foolin' from Pyromania. I believe we had Foolin' on episode 1,
I think
if
so.
I'm
Yeah.
correct. Track number 9 is another track from Euphoria with Goodbye. And track number 10 is literally one of the most popular Def Leppard songs of all time. From Hysteria, we have Pour Some Sugar on Me. This is a very solid list. I am not kidding you on that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, though, our lists are going to differ this time.
I mean, maybe me.
Because I went back and listened to X.
Yeah, and I haven't yet, but I think I think I will, because I think the second time around, it's like it'll probably be more
Enjoy.
enjoyable, because it's like, yeah, like I think whenever people like listen to an album like the second time, I think they just turn their brain off and they're just like, okay, don't let, like, like what the people had said, like deter your interaction with
Opinion. Yeah.
in your opinion. So that's what I try to usually do, just turn my brain off. I'm like, okay, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. So just I'm just gonna do that. So
And as I say every time we do these, feel free to go ahead and re-listen to any tracks that you need to rehear. Like you probably don't remember Stay With Me. You probably don't remember that one. You probably don't remember Love Don't Lie from X. And you probably don't remember American Girl from the Yeah songs from Sparkle Lounge and X compilation album.
I think I too kind of remember the American Girl one, because it was kind of like, I mean, their own little spin on it, but it's like, I mean, like I said, like nothing beats the original. Just being honest with you. So
Yes, God bless Tom Petty though, for real. Love him. But that will be this Sunday. We got a really good list up for grabs, so if you guys want to check it out, please be sure to tune in this Sunday. I'm very excited for this, as I am with any random ranking episode, to be honest. So you have our song for the night, so go ahead and give it.
So I'm gonna probably just go with a track that I had heard kind of recently, from Evanescence, and it was, oh god, I think it was Oceans from their self-titled album that came out in 2011.
Yeah, it's right here. I found it.
That was a good one. I don't know if there's a video for it or anything,
No,
but
it's just the audio.
okay. I was about to say, like, I don't think there was. But I'm going to go with that.
Okay, so Evanescence. The song is titled Oceans. I have not listened to this album yet at all.
It's
I've only heard of that one album. What the fuck was it?
Fallen.
Oh, you're like cutting out.
It
There
was
we go.
Fallen.
The album we did together.
Mhm.
That's the only one I've heard, so I'll have to take a listen to this one. But Evanescence, Oceans. Be sure to take a listen to it. There will be a link at the top right hand corner at the end of the episode. Go ahead and click on it. It'll take you to the audio, as there is no music video for this one. So, with that said, if you guys stuck around to the end, we greatly appreciate your support. Be sure to go ahead and follow us on social media by clicking on the link in the description below, which will take you to Linktree. We have Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter. I'm just going to call it Twitter from now on. It's too complicated to say too many things. So go follow us there to keep up to date with the show in case stuff goes wrong. Same thing with the YouTube community page on our channel. We will post updates there as well. And Dystro's YouTube channel is there as well. He uploads weekly gaming content, and sometimes I'm there too. We're trying to get him up to 900 subscribers by the end of the summer, which would be end of September. What are you at?
So I actually looked, and I'm at 848 right now.
Wow, so you're almost at 850, so you're almost at the halfway mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. So please, please, please go subscribe to him. Go share his stuff around and show him some love. Once again, take a listen to tonight's song of the night, Oceans, titled by Evanescence. And that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you guys this Sunday. Peace.
Peace.